Welcome, everybody. He's John. I'm Frank. Hello, John.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Well, we appreciate you making time here. We're here to talk about the late pick five Saturday at Laurel Park. That begins in race five, has a low 12% takeout. Hopefully we can suss out a winner or two here, John. What do you think?
Well, hopefully not just one winner, but five winners in a row, as
Yeah,
that is
that
the
would be
key to winning
better.
this sequence. But as we'll get into, as per usual, my ticket more or less revolves around two horses. So as long as just those two win, I'll be in pretty good shape the rest of the way.
Well, let's put up the ticket here right now. And John, you can maybe kind of walk us through the 30,000 foot overview of what you're seeing.
So race five starts off the sequence. There's really no speed on paper, so I used the two horses who I think might show speed and take them gate to wire. That being the one, Woohoo Jackie Blue, and number six, Govan Eyes, hoping one of those two takes them gate to wire. Spreading out a bit in race six, going three deep with Riley's Crybaby on a proud note, who ran well first off the bench, and Miss Serafina, who was second behind the rather freakish Lazy Days last time out. Race number seven is the sequence is single. That's number four, Tiny Lake, who we'll talk about in a moment. But he's run big in all three of his starts this season. And then we're using just about every logical horse in race eight and race nine, going four deep in both of those legs. So if I can get past Tiny Lake, I'll feel very confident about hitting this pick five.
Uh, That's a overview of the pick five. That's going to cost you, assuming no scratches, $48 to play along with our man John Piazzik. And John, let's dig in a little bit to your two major players on the day, and we'll start with race five, the first leg of the sequence. This is an claiming optional claiming starter allowance going a mile and an eighth, two turns here at Laurel Park, and you're going to use two, but one of them is your key horse.
That's correct. That's number one, Woohoo Jackie Blue, who, if you watch the replay and didn't see the past performance lines, you would think she won at this level last time out. Closed off from off the pace in her first start of the season and lost by an excruciatingly close nose to Ginger Girl. She won against slightly softer last fall. This race was at this level, and I have to figure she'll improve second time out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there really is not a lot of speed in this contest. This one has shown some speed in the past. She sat off the pace to win a post going a mile and 70 yards last October, then did so on the grass here last fall. Jamie Rodriguez was named on both this one and on the other Nest trainee Social Lady at time of recording. However, JR has ridden this one three times in her last four starts, so I imagine it's a pretty good bet he'll stick with this mare. He's known for being aggressive. He knows how the track plays. From post one, I have to imagine um, that he'll be aggressive and send her right to the front, try to take him gate to wire. If he doesn't do that, I think number six, Gouvenize, is the next best alternative. This one has two gate to wire wins in her running lines. Didn't do much last time out at Penn National, but ran well two starts ago, hoping for a bounce back effort with the very sneaky good Raul Mania in the saddle.
Now, are you on Wahoo? Try that again. Woohoo, Jackie Blue. That's a hard one to say. I don't envy Dave Rodman in this, calling this one. Uh, That was that last time out, this horse she got no help from the pace at all. She was towards the rear of the field early. They were going slow, and she closed nicely, all of which are positives. On the other hand, 70 yards from the wire, she can't possibly lose this race, and she loses this race. Does that trouble you at all?
I do think she was a little bit short off the layoff. As noted, it was her first start in about 3 months and change. And she has won going two turns in the past, so it's not like a mile and eighth is that big a stretch. I'm still pretty confident in her.
All right, so you're going to go 1-6, woohoo, Jackie Blue, one of the keys to the pick five here. That's in race five. Race six are lower level maidens going three quarters. You're using, as you said, kind of the logical ones there. Riley's Crybaby on a proud note and Miss Serafina. I assume, John, the three here on a proud note going to go favored in this spot. I imagine you would agree with that.
Yeah, she is the likely favorite and my top pick. Ran well first off the layoff last time out at 1-2. Hopefully, we'll get a little better price today.
Heading into the seventh, then 40,000 claimers. These are 3-year-olds going 6 furlongs. And interesting, let's talk about your top choice. Your single here is Tiny Lake, the 4 horse for Rudy Sanchez Salomon, Thais Pastina up. It's an interesting place to single and an interesting horse to do it with. Tell us what you got.
I mean, this Gelding really has not run a bad race in 4 starts this year. He started his campaign with back-to-back wins on the front end, both here and at Penn National. Got involved in a duel in each of his last 2 starts. 2 starts ago, he battled on the pace, ended up finishing a very solid second to Artillery Gunner. Then last time out, he was stepped up off the claim by Solomon, who took him for 20,000, put it back in for 40. Got involved in a three-way speed duel, ended up brushing off the rifle to his direct outside and held second behind Hot Stott, who saved all the ground on the pace. Won at 22-1, but in retrospect, probably should not have been 22-1. He was a fairly logical contender in that effort. This one has a bullet workout since then, went 5 furlongs in 102 flat back on March 26th. He has the best early pace figures in the field, and I don't think there's anyone fast enough to his inside to keep him away from a fairly easy lead. The only ones in here who have comparable speed are Mission Artemis, who, while he's dropping in class, has been just in terrible form lately, so I'm willing to let him beat me. And number 3, Fear Nothing, who did go gate to wire 2 starts back, but has not raced this year. He might be a little short. I think if there's ever a day where Tiny Lake gets a fairly easy lead and takes him gate to wire, it's going to be this day.
Do you, he ran, as you mentioned, pretty good race last time out, did tire in late stages. His hot stock kind of snuck away a little bit. I think the cut back to 6 furlongs, probably a positive for this horse.
Yes, absolutely. He won both of his races this year, going 6 furlongs and 5.5 furlongs. Ran a game second at 6 furlongs, 2 starts back. Might have even made it at least a little bit closer had that last race been at 6 furlongs. I think 6 furlongs fits this horse like a glove.
The winner, as you mentioned, was 22-1 Hot Stott. Notable, he did beat Tiny Lake did beat Artillery Gunner, who had beaten him the race before. He finished third in this spot as the favorite, and then came back and won next time out, dropping down to claim 20s. I don't know that there's functionally much difference with these 3-year-olds between claiming 20 and claiming 40. I
I
think
agree.
largely the same group of horses. So you're going to single on Tiny Lake there. One question is Fear Nothing, and you think Fear Nothing just maybe is going to need one off the bench?
It's definitely possible. I mean, he did have a long campaign last year, made 8 starts in his 2-year-old season. That gate to wire win was against maiden $20,000 horses. When he tried horses of similar quality last time out, he got involved in the pace and then ended up flattening out in the stretch. As I said, I mean, he might be the best horse in this field on pure ability, but he'll be one of the favorites. I'm inclined to take the fresher horse over someone who might need a race.
All right. So singling the 4 horse Tiny Lake in the seventh, the eighth and ninth, you're going to spread a little bit. Eighth race, I think the horses you're using, 4, 5, and 6, Gilda's Girl, Sister Supreme, and Magically Vanished, also the only 3 horses that really have any gate speed at all in this spot.
Right. It's kind of the same thing as in race 5. I'm hoping one of those horses takes some gate to wire. Also using number 2, Dixie Groove, who would take advantage if any of those speedsters end up burning each other out. She's won twice at Parks this year, both times coming from well off the pace.
And then finally, the ninth is Maiden 12, 5 fillies and mares going 5.5. Excuse me. This isn't the most distinguished group of runners. You're going to use 3 of them here, including a second-time starter for Claudio. She's a gem.
Yeah, she's a gem. Made her career debut on Beyond the Wire Private Terms Day. Got absolutely bet to the moon and ran like her price. Went off a 3-1, opened up a clear lead in the stretch, only to get caught by Sip and Time, who finally got off the duck after starting her career 0 for 19 or something like that. Ran a respectable Brisnet figure of 59 that day. Have to figure she improves second time out.
All right. That will do it for the late pick five Saturday at Laurel. Starts in race 5, 12% takeout. John, last thoughts on the late pick five?
As I've said, Tiny Lake is the key to the sequence, hoping he breaks well, goes to the inside, takes some gate to wire, and hopefully I'll catch a price in races 6, 8, or 9 and make this pick 5 even juicier than it always is, thanks to that 12% takeout.
All right. Sounds good. That's it. It's a $48 ticket. Good luck, John Piasek.
Thank you.